matter where you are, you've always got to take it easy because you never know who's watching. What a selection of bikes we have here. Check this out. Aprilia Tuono V4 factory, BMW S1000R M Sport, the Ducati Street Fighter V2, the Kawasaki ZH2, the KTM 1290 Super Duke R, the Suzuki GSX-S 1000, and of course the Triumph Speed Triple RS. The 2023 AMCN Nakedbike Shootout, we headed to one of our favourite parts of Australia, and that is the northern tablelands of New South Wales on the Oxley Highway between Walker and Wauchope. And of course we stayed at the magnificent Gingers Creek Bush Resort. First, to get there we had to cover some serious distances, and that meant many miles of freeway and of course pockmarked back roads that you find all throughout New South Wales. Once you arrive at the Oxley, you know it was worth the effort. The scenery here is simply magnificent, and so is the road. There goes Pete. Looks like he missed Gingers Creek altogether. Here's Gingers Creek, but not as you know it. It's been a few upgrades here, and the Oxley Highway is open, and Gingers Creek is open for business. Struth, there's even a pool table. But we're not here to play games, we're here to ride bikes. Righto, Aprilia Tuono V4 factory. What a weapon, mate. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
I think there's not a lot that I don't like about this bike. I love the engine, I love the sound, I love the way the engine performs. The suspension has got the semi-active Olin suspension. The ride quality is just fabulous. The handling is as sharp as the day the thing was launched, whatever, 10 years ago. Amazing piece of kit.
It is. Yeah, to think that it was trying to design that far back,
yeah.
But it's still just so brilliant, and I can only back pretty much everything you said, Dino.
This Beamer is the S1000R M Sport.
Similar to the Suzuki, and it's quite versatile. Not quite as,
yeah,
but it thunders when you get those revs up high. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's the detuned version of this engine, it's still got plenty of poke up top, doesn't it? It's not a slow bike by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
And mate, I think the handling is fantastic. It's so light on change of direction and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or if you bugger up your line, or there's something in the middle of the road and you need to get around it, just a little flick of these quite wide bars, and it just changes so quickly, and it's so confidence inspiring.
Totally. And I think you can put 3 bikes in one class of those ultimate handlers, the V4 Aprilia, this thing, and the Triumphs that we'll have shortly. Yeah. They're just beautiful steerers.
What did you think of this thing, the Ducati Street Fighter V2?
Look, it's like its bigger brother or bigger sibling, the V4. It handles really, really well. Unlike the V4, it's not scary. It doesn't have the power that's just going to frighten the Christ out of you. Okay, Pete, the Kawasaki ZH2, it's all about the engine of this thing. Definitely all about the engine, mate. It is a powerhouse.
It is the most powerful engine here. It's a big bore, 4-cylinder engine with a supercharger whacked on the top for good measure.
And it is impressively fast. Spread of power like nothing else here. It's deceptive because there's no steps in the power, is there, Dino? It's just motors, and then you look down at the speedo and you're going,
oh, there's 100 real quick.
Yes.
Pete, what do you call this thing, mate?
This thing is the KTM 1290 Super Duke R, and I'm not going to hide the fact that I'm in love with this motorcycle.
Is it super?
It is super.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super, and it's super because of that stonking V-twin engine. It's like a torque monster.
It is 1301 cc's of Hoonmobile engine. This thing, it's my cup of tea.
Yeah, as one of the blokes said earlier, it's like such a big twin that even the starter motor seems like it's complaining when it's trying to fire it up.
Yeah.
So Pete, there's a few bikes in this Suzuki range using this basic platform. This is the easiest one to say. Let me see if I can get it right first time around. GSX-S 1000.
Very good. You did well. And it's the old K5 GSX-R 1000 engine.
Oh, what a pearl. Hey, it's a beautiful engine.
Yeah, this thing will do, it puts the V into versatile, this thing. You can cruise through town at 60 k's an hour in top gear, doesn't care, roll it on, away it goes. Such a good engine.
The thing that blows my mind with this thing, like on this road, this thing will, in the right hands, will keep up with any of these other bikes.
Yep.
But it's not like a 35 grand bike. It's 17,990 right away.
It's crazy bang for buck. Crazy bang for buck.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Pete, Triumph Speed Triple RS.
Yes, it is.
Oh, what an angry, buzzy B kind of sound this triple makes.
Yeah, and that induction roar.
Yeah.
And the sound of the engine together.
And
pretty bloody horn.
And mate, the mid-range and the top end of this thing, it's addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Like, depending on what settings you got, and you just crack it and the front just wants to lock.
What do we like about this the most, do you know?
It's got to be, well, I'd like to say it's the engine, but it's the engine and the handling. The suspension is really quite firm on this. The brakes are so touchy, like your front brake, you're almost like, whoa, yeah. What's going on there? But front end, a lot of confidence in the front end. It steers nice and quick. And as I said, it just goes like stink. It's just crazy. It does.
I like the wide bars, they give lots of leverage. So you really feel like you can, really muscle it around the corner.
Yeah.
But you don't need to. No. That's the beauty of it. So those inputs are everything. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. AMCN's Naked Bike test for 2023. And I got to say, there's not a bad bike in this group. From the budget-friendly Suzuki GSX-S 1000 through to the tech-packed but pricey Aprilia Tuono V4 factory and the BMW S1000R M Sport. They're all fantastic bikes. Make sure you grab a copy of AMCN Volume 72 number 19 on sale now at newsagents and supermarkets.